WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring as a challenger and wearing red camo with gold trim. He weighed in at an official 145 pounds. And he enters the ring an undefeated professional with 27 victories. 18 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former interim super lightweight champion of the world. Puro PHX, Phoenix, Arizona, Jose Benavidez Jr. Wearing black with fuchsia and red trim. When he stepped on the scale, he weighed in at an official 145.5 pounds. Started from the bottom now. He enters the ring, an undefeated 3-division pound-for-pound king. With 33 victories, 24 of those victories coming by way of KO. The former lightweight, former undisputed super lightweight. And tonight, making the first defense of his WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Born, bred, and repping Omaha, Nebraska. Terrence Crownford.
48% of his power punches. The typical top welterweight lands 37%.
He both guys right now trying to figure the range out, the speed, the distance. He wants Crawford to come forward and attack.
Crawford giving him a smile and a little nod of the head when he went with that jab to the body. Tim, you like the early work with that jab of Benavidez.
He's going to have to out-jab Terrence Crawford.
And then Crawford sitting on top with that now southpaw right jab as he comes in with a straight left to the body that scores here. We're going to take just one short break here and then back to Crawford and Benavidez. Stick around. Counter punching to fire it off. Fire comes at you, you come over with the counter punch that matches up.
Absolutely, and that's how you need to do it. There he is.
There he goes to the body. It was a left hand to the body to Crawford.
He can concentrate for 36 minutes and figure it out in there.
Good exchange.
He says Terrence Crawford ducked him. I don't find any evidence of that. But in boxing, the imagined slides are usually more important than the real ones.
Jab going from there. There's another body shot that got around the left arm of Benavidez.
Because Benavidez, like I said, is a great counterpuncher. He has a good right hand.
Doubles up the right hand that time, does Crawford. There he works his way to the inside and included yet another body punch.
The right knee is the knee that was shot. A bullet went through the femoral artery. It fractured the bone.
From Bud Crawford, who has had so much success going to the body in this round, taking control here. One of the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That's Terrence Bud Crawford, trained by Brian McIntyre, a.k.a. Bomac, who's with Bernardo.
It seems that Terrence is getting his rhythm here. What did you tell him? What do you want for round 4? I told him to keep his hands up. You can get closer to him. So after you get closer to him, then you start going to the body, come back up to the head.
You said, watch out for that right hand. Tried to go to the body there, but went up top. Now he comes sweeping across that belt line and came up short.
And he's looking to just create things, different angles by switching southpaw.
I got news for you, fellas. I think he's boxing them beautiful. You know, he's making men. You know, he can't feel the punch. Look, he's getting hit. Look at that, you know. But of course, you got to go with the crowd, whatever you guys say. But I think he's doing really beautiful. He's going to the body. He's catching him with those straight right hands. Look at that. How can you tell me that? Look.
Sure did. And not running makes a good night for you, the viewer, and these fans here. And by the way, in terms of the way the crowd reacts, they very much knew what they were getting themselves into. So much so to the point that Jose Jr. said, hey, this fight's not going a distance. I can't let that happen here in his hometown.
A little politicking by Jose Sr. there.
And use a little bit more angles and confuse Benavidez.
A guy who sits number 1 atop so many pound-for-pound fighter in the world list. The guy who was number 1 pound-for-pound retired.
This is more than most people imagine from Jose Benavidez, but it's not more.
He'll use that jab occasionally, but he'll wait on you and he'll fire some combinations back at you. Great counterpuncher. And he has good speed.
As a fighter, was based on those sparring sessions. He's never been in with anyone like that, except for when he was a kid.
Interesting moment right there as Bud came in and then the right hand came in at a downward angle. Good exchange right in the center of the ring.
Like the champ said, he's catching Crawford on the way out. Crawford had a tendency of doing so, getting off and coming right back.
By Crawford that spiked this crowd here. You saw him double up that left hand. Now he gets right into the kitchen of Benavidez. And he let him go again. 3-punch combination and another right hand to the body from Bud Crawford. As Ward has it 58-56 for Crawford.
Crawford right now controlling the outside. That's why he's able to land these shots. Looks like the movement of Crawford has Benavidez standing still.
I think that Crawford's fighting a little up.
Bernardo has been monitoring both corners. What can you tell us, Bernie?
I see Benavidez breathing hard, and I think Bud is in a great place.
He came in, and Bud came in.
Now Benavidez is willing to cover up right in front of Terrence Crawford. That's a huge mistake.
He's tired.
He is tired.
Moments ago, round 8. Is this the start of where Crawford takes control?
Willingness to attack from Benavidez that I did earlier in the fight.
Covering up like that doesn't work out so well. You know who else notices it? The guy opposite him. Crawford. 3-punch exchange, including a left hand that splits the guard of Benavidez.
And of course,
Crawford comes in. Left hand, right to the body. Good exchange to close out the ace.
concession that the way to win this fight, in answer to Joe's question, is that right hand coming.
Andre Ward with an even 6 rounds. But still Crawford up 78-74. Many ringside have it 5 rounds to 3. Crawford.
Look at the beautiful work by Crawford, changing levels, going downstairs to be able to land some combinations up top like that. Right hook right there. Look at the feet. I just got out of range right there. Angles out right there. Terrence Crawford.
He made a point before. That jab looks good when he throws it right above the knee, walking his dog. Actually, it was a cat, too. It was an exotic $10,000 cat at midnight in Phoenix. Someone targeted him, and he knows.
Benavidez attack. He's standing right in front of Terrence Crawford right now, not really using his jab. I want to see Terrence Crawford turn it up a little bit more on Benavidez. He's there to be hit. Nice thing in body shot right there with Crawford. This is exactly what Crawford needs to do. He needs to stay close, work the body, blocking counter.
Benavidez with an offensive output. Crawford comes right back. Short left hook from Benavidez. Benavidez a little more willing here in round number 10. And Crawford always that way. World champion. That pound for pound elite. And 6 minutes for Benavidez to try to find the answer. Look at the power punches now. Crawford comes into this round having landed 100 of 238 thrown.
We talked before about Crawford basically torturing guys who've antagonized him.
Maybe looking at a go for broke 12th round from the undefeated challenger as Crawford brings it a little bit.
There it is again.
Sent off balance.
Check hook.
Well, time is of the essence. He trails well behind on the scorecard. Crawford is easily in control, and he's got 2.5 minutes.
He's got to sell out right now.
Got to risk everything, right?
Gotta go for it. And he is. He's trying. He's trying to stop Terrence and put combinations together to the head and body.
But where is that body shot we saw in the 4th round? Sitting on the ropes and shaking his head is not how he wants to end this fight, Alex.
Oh! Crawford gets him! My, oh, my! What a shot! they all expect him to be. He is. What a huge right hand, and he has done it.
I believe Terrence lands an uppercut, a right uppercut, a punch he never threw through the whole fight. Short uppercut. Then he follows up to finish him with a right hook. Benavidez was hurt, still hurt from that first knockdown. And Terrence Crawford with a big grin right there.
Along with Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Celestino Ruiz steps in and stops this bout with an official time of 2 minutes, 42 seconds of the 12th and final round. Declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still the undefeated WBO welterweight champion of the world, repping Omaha, Nebraska, Terrence Crawford.